Hi everyone, my name is Caitlin and welcome back to my channel. My advice videos has changed locations from my basement to my office because I realized my basement was kind of boring down there. In here I have my bookshelf behind me and I just think this is a better location. So from now on my advice vlogs will be shot in my office, which they probably should have been from the start. Today I'm going to talk about why I'm glad that I went for English in university and kind of talk about how I think it really helped with my writing. Before I begin, I just want to say that I do not believe that you need to have an English degree in order to be a writer. I'm just kind of saying that it does help if you are a young aspiring author and you're not sure what to go to school for. I would recommend going for English, or at least as many English classes as you can, because it'll really help with your writing. When I was in grade 12, I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life. I knew I wanted to go to university, but I didn't really know what I wanted to study. I knew I didn't want to do anything involving math or science because I didn't particularly care for those subjects. So when I was in grade 12, I had to make a decision on what I wanted to study, and I knew I liked writing, so I decided to take English, even though in high school, I didn't particularly care for my English classes, but I think that had more to do with the way I was being taught. I don't think my English teachers really did a very good job of capturing my attention. Still decided to go for English in university, and I'm really glad that I did. First and foremost, the thing that my English degree really helped me with is that it helped me realize that being a writer is what I wanted to do. I knew before, when I was in high school, I knew I wanted to publish a couple books, but it was kind of like I had a more casual, I would just do that casually. But as I went through my degree, it was taking creative writing classes and then also working on side projects. I realized that no, writing was my passion, and that's what I wanted to do with my life. Second, and this is kind of probably an obvious one, it helped me understand grammar, sentence structure, etc. I will never consider myself an expert on those things. I do feel confident enough to go through my manuscript and self-edit, and I believe that it will really help when I go to hire a professional edit. There will be less for them, hopefully, that they need to fix, because I will already have done a fairly good job on my own, which will hopefully save me money. The third thing my English degree really helped me with is because I was writing all these essays on themes or symbolism on these works of fiction, it really helped me look at the themes and symbolism in my own novel and help me look deeper into it. Maybe not in the first drafts, but definitely in the later drafts. I'm actually constantly thinking if a university student was writing an essay about this, what would they say? Or what would their argument be that I was trying to portray with this certain imagery, or what was I trying to portray with this? I'm always thinking about what someone might say in a paper about my book, which is something I didn't ever consider before I went to university when I was a younger writer. So I definitely think having that awareness of themes and symbolism has really helped mature my writing and made my book more than just a story. The fourth thing that I really appreciate my English degree for is that it introduced me to some of my favorite authors. For instance, one of my favorite fantasy authors is Guy Gavriel Kay. He's a Canadian fantasy author, and I really enjoy his books. His prose is beautifully written and almost poetic, but not quite. But then at the same time, he's also got these really interesting characters, and the stories really gripping, and your heart just breaks for the characters, and I just really enjoyed his writing. And there's tons of others I was introduced to through my English degree, and so I'm really thankful I took those classes, because it also helped me understand my own genre. I love fantasy, and the only other genre I can see myself branching off to is sci-fi. Other than that, I think I will primarily be a fantasy author, because I just love that genre. So taking classes on that genre really helped me understand the genre. And then my English degree, I actually ended up falling in love with Shakespeare. And I know a lot of people are like, ugh, I freaking hate Shakespeare, but I love Shakespeare. Poetry isn't Poetry is not my favorite. I have a hard time with poetry. I just don't think that way, and I don't know what that's trying to say. But Shakespeare, I can, for the most part, figure out what's going on eventually. Sometimes I'm like, I have no idea what these last 5 pages were about. But in general, I will eventually figure it out. And once I do, I'm like, oh, that's hilarious. Gotta be the best stage direction ever. And it's in Shakespeare. And it's from The Winter's Tale. And it's, I don't know if you can see it, Exit, pursued by a bear. That is the best direction that's ever existed, and it's in Shakespeare. So, yeah, Shakespeare is awesome. Fun fact, eventually, once I'm finished with the Essence series and the Annie series, my next fantasy project I'm planning, without saying too much, I plan to write a big kind of epic story, because I like epic stories. Kind of like Game of Thrones-y epic, like all those different characters all around the world. But basically, the characters and kind of the storylines in that world are going to be kind of based off of the ones in Shakespeare. I don't want to go too much into it, but I'm going to be, well, I'm excited about it, but not excited enough to work on it because I already have 1,000 other books I'm working on. But yes, if I'd never taken my English degree, I would never have learned that Shakespeare is awesome and gotten all this inspiration for my own work. This wasn't really an advice video unless you're a young author and you're not sure what to go to school for. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel and share this video with the world. It can be found on social media on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at Caitlin Urich Writes. Go and like and follow me if you want to get in touch. And I post these advice videos on Sundays and kind of day in the life videos whenever I feel like it. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.